Wait, it's doing
We're
something.
we're live.
We are?
Just yes, we are live.
Yay. Let me see. We're live. Yay. I
Yeah.
did it. I know this is like day 5. So, hi, Rachel.
Hello, how's it going?
Good. So, let me get my screen back up here. Hi, everybody. This is Katie with NLFX Professional. I am here with DJ Rachel Lynch, and she is a very well-known member of the DJ community. So my question for you to start off, Rachel, is how are you? How are you doing during all of this?
This week was a little rough. I'm just starting to get that cabin fever now. It was my birthday yesterday, so that was
Happy
really
birthday.
thank you. It was really interesting trying to find a way to celebrate when you can't go anywhere. So what I decided to do was I have a show car. I have a 2004 Subaru that I've put way too much money into. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. Like the stuff is worth more than the car. At this point. And I do car shows and things like that. But anyway, so I took it out, I washed it just real quick, and I just went for a drive. I drove about an hour and 10 minutes to go get a pizza from a place I've never been to in New Haven, Connecticut. I'm probably gonna butcher the name. I think it's called Zapadillas or Zapadillas or something like that.
Okay.
I've heard it was fantastic, and it was fantastic. And then, ironically, I couldn't eat it there, so I had to drive on 95. I pulled off into like a commuter lot and was eating pizza in a parking lot on the hood of my car. That's literally how I spent my birthday. So it was
I
cool
hear
though.
you. I totally hear you. My birthday was at the end of March and we were quarantined as well. So it was definitely different. The one good thing was at the time, my husband kind of threw a virtual birthday party for me. So we did like a Zoom and we streamed live to Facebook. It was actually really fun. So
Oh, it's so nice. I had so many people FaceTime me yesterday, just to check in, say hi, and wish me happy birthday. So it was cool. This is definitely one for the books, though. Like I'm not gonna forget this birthday.
right, the quarantine birthday. Does anybody else out there have any quarantine birthdays? If you do, drop it in the comments. I'm curious to know what you guys did for your birthday or what you're planning to do for your birthday under quarantine.
Well, I know when this is done, I'm gonna host a Saint Easter Day, Fourth of Memorial. Like I'm just gonna
Everything
throw
combined.
one. That's it. We're gonna open it up big.
I like that idea. It's just like one big pop. Everybody just go and get out what you need to get out that's been like from being
Yesterday,
pent up.
yesterday was actually kind of a bummer for me. I lost two out of my four really large outdoor events, and these are like two of my favorite events. I do an enormous Relay for Life event over in Connecticut, and my father passed away of brain cancer.
Oh,
It'll be 5 years ago this year. So that's an event that's near and dear, obviously, to my heart. So that's a huge bummer. And then I lost a car show that I DJ up at Foxwoods. It's one of the main casinos out in Connecticut. Fantastic place. I obviously love going there, and it's the best of both worlds, right? I get to bring my car. I park my car right by my DJ booth, and then I get to DJ. So it's like my favorite event, and both of those were canceled. It's not even like the financial part of it. I mean, I know that's hitting everyone terribly with this, but like the psychological, like the emotional, like a piece of you dies like every time you can't do the stuff. So I had a great birthday, but that was really depressing. I got two phone calls canceling those. So that was like,
right. I'm just checking over here in our comments. See if we have anything here. Let's see. All right. It says, good morning, hello. Pizza problem from Blake. So let's touch a little bit more on the emotional aspect of it, because I know I've only been doing this for a week and I've had chats with other industry leaders, but we haven't touched on the emotional aspect of it. So how is that? How what are you doing to get through that emotional aspect of it?
well, I think DJs are a really special breed of people, right? So we actually just talked before we started broadcasting live. Like overall, I consider myself an introvert, right? At the end of the day, I'm kind of laid back. People think that I'm just like this out there crazy individual, but I only turn it on when I need to.
Mhm.
But there's something that happens when you're in front of an audience, when you're seeing those smiles, when you're feeling that energy, when there's that connection. I know this sounds all kind of like, like kumbaya kind of thing, but at the
No,
end
I
of the
totally
day,
get it though.
there's something that there's a part of your identity that's in this job. And when you're having these just ripped out from underneath of you, like I said, a piece of you dies because you don't know how to express yourselves. And yes, you're finding ways to stay creative. I shout out to all the DJs going live. You have kept me going. I've discovered so much great music that either I forgot about or never heard before. It's wonderful. But I will tell you, Katie, it is not the same. Going live on Facebook Live is not the same as having that event and meeting those people, seeing those smiles, enjoying the fresh air outside. So you're making the best of a really crappy situation, but emotionally, it's getting to me now. I was doing okay up until like this week. Now I'm like, man, I really just want things to get back to normal. It's getting rough now. I started building fire pits. Like that's how desperate I've become. I'm driving an hour to get pizza and building fire pits. I've inspired to ask Ben. I've inspired Ben. He built a little fire pit, I guess the same day I did. It needs a little work, but it's there. But yeah, so you're just making the best you can. But emotionally, it's hard because again, a piece of your identity is just it's missing. You don't feel whole. It's not the same. Facebook Live doesn't really fill the void, so it's not good.
I hear you. Yeah. So what are some things that you're doing currently to keep your company on the front lines, on the front page, so people aren't forgetting about DJ Rachel, your clients, your potential clients? How are you bringing in new clients? I guess that's about 3 questions in one. But
so my first priority was obviously taking care of my current clients. I had a couple who were really, really panicked. There was one that I can think of, particularly, it was a sweet 16. I'm sorry, not a sweet 16. It was a bat mitzvah. So there's a lot of moving parts with it. And I actually subcontracted out a lot of the work because I'm just a small single solo op. So they wanted me as their DJ, but I still had, photo booth and dance floor props and motivation dancers, and there's a lot of moving parts with it, and they were really stressed out that it wasn't all going to come together. And it was supposed to be a March event, and it's now been moved to October. And as you know, venues are filling up. They can only accommodate and move so much. So now they were thinking that maybe they had to move it to 2021. We worked it all out, but my priority now is just making sure my customers are comfortable. They know that I'm there. I'm going to do anything in my power to make this work for them. And if we have to move it to next year, we'll do it. Whatever I got to do. Social media, obviously, as always, is still really big. I think people are so saturated with all the doom and gloom, on the news, that I think whatever we can do to share a breath of fun, of positivity, not ignore the emergency at hand, but I think we do just need to hit the pause button and just be human again for a second. So I'm really trying hard to do whatever I can to be entertaining, be funny. I put a post up yesterday. If I got 1,000 likes on my post, I would personally bake my own birthday cake in my mom's kitchen. I still may do that just because I think the world needs to see it. But just having fun. And I think people need to see that. And then obviously, on social media, trying to still put out good information, a lot of training videos, just letting the community know that I think they just want to know you didn't give up, right? You're not just laying in bed eating Fritos or pizza or whatever, with a bottle of wine and just crying over it. I think they just want to know that you're moving forward. And that's really the best you can do. I know a lot of DJs, larger companies, are doing like these virtual showcases where they have, their staff go on. They'll do kind of like a live Q&A interview, come meet your DJ. They might even set up a camera like, in their warehouse or whatever and put on like a little virtual show. I'm a much smaller production. However, I did throw a big party in my driveway. I don't know if you checked out my quarantine block party. I had Ape Lab Maxis on the roof. I went all out for my neighborhood, but that's the best you could do,
Yeah. Did your neighborhood enjoy the block party?
They did. I have a fantastic neighborhood. We had one new neighbor moved in, so she had no idea who she moved in next to. So I made sure to introduce myself. She has 2 little girls, so they loved it. And yeah, no, I have a great street. So they were cool with it. I got permission. We were cool. I kept it to like an hour, just an hour. And we were good. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So I hear there's quite a few comments on here. I did notice one about you're doing TikTok videos.
Oh.
Now, I'm personally not on TikTok, so I don't know the whole phenomenon. But I have been seeing a lot of that on my feed. So is that something that you're doing for marketing purposes, or is that just something you're doing to be fun and, you know, get yourself out there, or is it because you're bored? I mean,
Okay, so I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag. I just turned 35, which hurt like a lot.
I hear you. I totally get it.
So TikTok is obviously like the new phenomenon, the Gen Zs, they're not really on Facebook. Like that's their new platform. And of course, like we're starting to plague into it. Eventually it's probably gonna become uncool again, and then they're gonna move to the next thing. But I originally signed up for TikTok simply for the music curation because I'd led a lot of parties. I was getting just how kind of with Fortnite, the video game, the dance moves, like there's just a lot of requests for these songs, and I felt I can't be isolated from it anymore. So I was going to make a profile and just lay stealth, right? Like I wasn't going to comment, I wasn't going to make anything. I just was going to spy, find music, go download it, and keep it moving. Then I saw some of my other friends kind of posting videos here and there. And I'm telling you, it's like a black hole vortex. Once you start swiping, you are sucked in. You will lose hours of your life. And then as you're watching these, you're like, you know what? I could do that. I could like mimic words for a couple phrases, and then you do one, you laugh, you chuckle, and it's really addicting. So now I have a couple of videos up. I am now an official TikToker.
Right.
My first one was a Cardi B impersonation. I'm not proud of it. It was so funny.
Fun though.
So it was Cardi B with like her acceptance speech, and she's got those crazy nails. So I went into my drawer and I took painter's tape out of my mom's drawer, and I had painter's tape, so I had the nails. And she's like, "What are you doing? Like, have you lost your mind?" I'm like, "Yeah, pretty much." So be sure to find me on TikTok. I think it's at DJ Rachel Lynch. There's some funny things on there. I'm gonna be working on a dance soon. I feel like I gotta get that savage. I'm a savage. Like I'm working on it. I just need some time. But yeah, so if you're looking to kill some time, get on TikTok. In terms of marketing ROI, I haven't really seen any boost or value to it yet. I'm also still very new with it, so I haven't found out ways to leverage it. But I think first just diving in and figuring out how to use it. There's a ton of features. There's a tons of layers to it. It's pretty much like a sophisticated movie editor. They give you all the sound bits, all the effects, and you're like your own movie creator for these like 60-second clips, and the creativity is endless. So it's a lot of fun, but there's a lot to learn. It's not as intuitive as you would think. So if you're interested, just try it. It's a lot of fun, but you're gonna waste a lot of time, like a lot of time.
Time suck.
Yeah.
So my next question for you, Rachel, is tell me something that people may not know about you or may not suspect of you. I know you're pretty, it seems like you're pretty out there with your stuff, and you're pretty personable. So is there anything that people may not, when they look at you, they may not think? I mean, we all know you love pizza.
Mm-hmm. They all know I can't cook.
Right.
Something that people wouldn't guess. Just give me a second. I don't mean for like awkward silence, but like you said, I'm a pretty transparent person.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So I really hate mayonnaise. Like I just really hate mayonnaise. I will do like a tuna fish or like a macaroni salad thing, but it has to be like mixed to perfection, or I will like, I just can't do it. I hate mayonnaise. Belly buttons really freak me out.
They're kind of scary, aren't they?
They're creepy. I don't like belly buttons. I don't like belly buttons. And so the other thing to my, like, I love pizza. Hold on a second. Let me, I gotta go grab these real quick over here. Give me 1 second.
Yep.
Okay, Oreos are life, people. I am a freak for Oreos just as much as I am for pizza. And this was my birthday present yesterday. Mom got me chocolate marshmallow Oreos, and these things are fantastic.
Are they?
Like top 3 Oreo.
Nice.
So good. Definitely try. Stay away from the carrot cake ones. Those are terrible. I hate carrot cake.
I like the double stuff. Those are my favorite. Like just the regular old double stuff Oreos. And then I think there's a triple stuff now. For me, that was too much.
Oh, it's a quadruple. It's like it's two double stuffs worth.
Yeah.
And they only come in a 4-pack because they're so ridiculous.
They're so huge. Yes.
Yes.
Let's see. We have quite a few comments over here.
Sure, I'm an open book. Ask away, people.
And Oreos. I'm trying to get to them all. Let's see here. I don't think there's actually any questions, which is cool. It's just a lot of comments. So.
Okay. Oh, I'm a tap dancer.
Are you? I did that when I was really little. Yeah.
Hold on. I think I got some space up here. I'll do a little, I forget what it's called, but I don't know if you can see me or hear me. Go ready?
Yeah, I can.
Like, I definitely used to be a tap dancer back in the day. I have talent show tapes and all that. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I wanted to break out the VHS tapes this week, and I eventually wanted to get them to DVD. But I want to check out my my old talent show tapes and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Are you going to post?
I can't believe I just did that.
Are you going to post them when you convert them?
Yes, I will do that. I will do that.
All right. So do you have any passion projects that you're working on right now? Besides the fire pit and back.
So what I have in the pipeline is I've been putting this off forever. And if I put it off, it usually means I don't want to say not passionate about it, but it's one of those like, God, I know how much work this is going to be kind of a thing. So I subscribe to Vibo. And for anybody who doesn't know what Vibo is, just so we have some context, it's a mobile app that allows you to get your clients' requests all within one location. And trust me, there's a lot more to it than that. But in essence, it's a music management system. And I have it right here, and I absolutely love it. It's very intuitive, but the clients still need kind of like an introduction video just to give them a baseline of what they're doing. And rather than sending them a long email about instructions on how it works and what to do, Vibo has a pre-made video with Brian. I can never pronounce his last name, but he did a fabulous job with it. But it's an instructional video, but it's him. And I got thinking, I was like, that's a little awkward just to be sending somebody else. And it's like, I'm your DJ. So what I want to do is I want to make my own Vibo tutorial video for my clients. So when they're ready to start curating their music, they hit play and there's me walking them through it, because I do it for so many other products and things and stuff anyway. Like, it didn't make sense to not be there for them with my clients. So this week, my goal is to make a Vibo instructional video, and I've been putting it off. So that is my passion project because I really want to get it done.
I like that. And that also, my next question was, what are you doing right now to help your business? And that kind of goes right into that. So let's see here. What else can I ask Rachel? Let's see if we have any. What is Rachel and Katie's favorite pizza? And then DJ related, what program is Rachel using for DJ planning software? That's from Louie.
Okay, so I don't use a CRM. I'm kind of on the cusp of needing to do so with volume. A lot of people think that I DJ full time, and I kind of do. Like, I'm really busy, but I still hold down a 9 to 5. So I work as much or as little as I want around my normal day job. So I haven't needed a CRM yet, but I'm getting to that point. Right now, all I use is Vibo, and it's been a lifesaver. I cannot even imagine how I did what I did without it. It's fantastic. But that's right now the only planning software that I use, that and Google Calendar. A favorite pizza. If you can't make a good cheese, you don't deserve to be a pizza place. So I will always go and get a cheese first. And then from there, my favorite is probably barbecue chicken. I just love barbecue chicken pizza. It's so good.
That's
And
nice.
I'm a big fan of pineapple and bacon. I know I'm going to get booed and hisses out there because people don't like fruit on their pizza.
See,
But
I like green olives on my pizza, and a lot of
oh
people
my,
don't like that either.
I
See,
hate
I
olives. I
love
hate any
olives.
olives. They look like fish eyes. I hate them. So it's like mayo and olives.
Okay.
Like,
So we would never be able to share a pizza then.
that's okay though. That's why we could be best friends because we just get
Right.
our own pies and call it a day, right?
Rachel, ever think of packing up producing during the down or picking up producing during the downtime?
So believe it or not, I actually do play the piano. I was in high school band. I was actually a very musical person. So I think producing could definitely be a thing for me. I just it doesn't tickle my fancy. It doesn't do anything for me personally. So I don't think I would ever be a producer. I do enjoy listening to productions. People send me all the time and ask me what I think, and I think I do have a pretty good critical ear for it. But I think that's as far as it would go. It's not a passion of mine.
Okay. So, what did you want to be as a kid growing up? I know a lot of us, wanted to be certain things. So, when you were a little kid, did you always want to be in the entertainment industry, a DJ? What was your life dream as a child?
So never, I never ever wanted to be a DJ. If you would have asked me 20 years ago if I'd be doing this, I would have told you you're crazy. Usually people ask me how I got started, and I'll keep it really short. My brother was a DJ. He had a medical emergency. The morning we found him, not okay. He had to be rushed off to the hospital. I knew he had a wedding that day. And I said, I can't be worse than nothing. So I asked my dad to help pack up the stuff. I showed up at these people's house. I did the very best I could, which wasn't very good. But I survived. And at the end of the day, the event happened. And I realized I had more natural talent than that. And then from there, things just started getting tossed my way. And then here we are 15, I don't know, 18 years later with a DJ business. But I never grew up wanting to be a DJ. I actually wanted to be a police officer, believe it or not. My father was a detective for like 40 years, and I wanted to be a police officer. And um, I ended up kind of beating around the bush because my dad didn't really want me to be one. He goes, "You're more creative. You're just the world needs you in a different way."
Right.
So I became an EMT. I worked in the security field. I went to college for teaching, and then everything kind of came together. And now I teach for a security company. So ta-da, here we are. But no, I never wanted to be a DJ. But
But
now
you
I'm
wouldn't
glad.
change it for anything right now, right? Like it seems like
Never.
you really enjoy what you do.
Oh my God, I love it so much. And I also think that's why I would never go, again, I'm gonna use air quotes, full time. I have the flexibility to take on clients that I truly love and vibe with. And I never want that to be taken away from me. Like if something isn't a good fit, I don't want to have to worry about not eating, the next week. But I still can take events that I'm excited about. And that's why everyone's like, you're so energetic because literally every event I do, it's like, like I can't wait to do it. I can't wait
Right.
to do it. And I think I want to keep it that way.
So Jeremy here says, other than Facebook, what other avenues do you use to advertise your business? If you haven't already answered this question. So in short, what are your marketing strategies, and are you doing anything to improve them right now in the downtime?
So again, I am on the cusp of thinking of developing a website. Believe it or not, folks, I don't have a website, and I am blessed to be able to leverage social media in such a way that word of mouth, getting tagged in events, um, and just kind of being out there has been a blessing for me. All of my work is strictly word of mouth. I don't do wedding wire. I've never signed up for the knot. I don't have a website. I haven't paid for one Facebook ad in my entire life. I don't use Google Words or I have none of it. It's literally all social media. So I'm not saying websites aren't important because they are, but that can't be the only piece of the pie. It has to be a diversified reach. And I should take my own lesson and start engaging in a website. My major thing was with that is if I had more work volume that I could handle, that would bother me. I hate turning away work, and I can only be one of me.
Right.
And a lot of of times I'm kind of, I don't want to say like a unique niche, but when people are contacting me, it's because they want me, and I do pass work to other DJs and I love helping out people. But sometimes they wanted what they wanted and I can't give it to them. So I'm kind of on the fence about a website. I really want it for the professionalism and just to kind of see where it could blossom to. But at the same time, I don't know if I would be able to take on the work volume it could potentially bring, because again, I work full time
Right.
and it's only me, myself, and I. So
as your brand grows, do you ever see yourself becoming a multi-app at all?
wow, that's a great question. I'm not against it, but I would have a lot of growth to do with that because I'm kind of a control freak, and I will admit that. I give multi-ops a lot of credit in how they vet their guys, and the Joe Buns, Mike Walter, Josh Lask has a multi-op, like all these guys, and they do a fantastic job. And I don't know how to let go of the control. So if anybody has any advice for me for like personal development on how you kind of just ease into trusting people with your brand, I would love to know. I think I'd have a hard time doing that.
So my webcast with Mitch Taylor, we had a conversation about how he does his hiring process, and he said he actually does 2 interviews, and then he also says that at the end of the second interview, he asks if he would trust that person with the keys to his home, and that's how he knows that that person, like, is that person honorable? Are they gonna, show up? Are they gonna be passionate? And I thought that was a really good like nugget of advice from him.
I absolutely love that. I'm a little jaded only because I come from a security background, right? Like we are background screening people. Like that's a major part of my company's business. So we interview people, right? We have human resources. I used to be part of that process and drug testing people and things like that. And they would nail that interview. And then 3 weeks down the line, it's like, how did you make it through? Like, how did we not see this level of crazy or irresponsibility? So I have a lot of like baggage with that. I do. I have trust issues with people in general. So, but I love that analogy. That's great that Mitch brought that up.
Yeah, I really
That's a
like
really
that.
good
It was
point.
kind of like, wow, I've never even thought about that. And I thought it was really great.
Mine would be, who would I trust with the keys to my Subaru?
There you go. You could definitely ask yourself that question. So the next, if you could teleport anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Teleport anywhere in the world. Fantastic question. I'm a beach girl. Really anywhere with just a beautiful beach, a hammock, about 82 degrees, and food that I don't have to cook, we are good. Actually, I will also pack this. This isn't piggyback off this. This isn't terribly exciting, but in part of this coronavirus craziness, I had planned my first vacation in like 12 years. Like I don't travel. I don't really like flying. I fly to Mobile Beat. That's like it because I just have to get it done. But I don't like flying and traveling. But I decided I really want to go to Universal in Florida. I'm a huge Avengers fan, as you could see. I really wanted to go to Universal Studios, and they canceled it.
Right.
And I'm heartbroken over it because
Mhm.
I'm a huge roller coaster fan. So I guess right now, if I could snap my fingers and be somewhere, it'd probably be in Harry Potter land somewhere
Nice.
in Universal. But yeah,
Big
I don't.
kid is showing through.
Cedar Point, folks, if you like roller coasters and you've never been to Cedar Point in Ohio, you have to go. Best theme park in the country, hands down.
Let's see. I'm going to check out some of these comments here. There's quite a few of them.
Thanks so much for stopping by, folks. This really made my day. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone being here, leaving comments.
Yeah, me too. It's awesome. I love doing this Katie cast. It's so new for me. And I really like getting to know you guys better. I mean, I see you all of the time. I talk to you almost, weekly or daily basis. So I think it's really awesome that we can just sit here and have a conversation and have everybody, on Facebook hear us.
Absolutely. And get beyond, the equipment and just like, the average DJ stuff. Like we're so much more complex people than just DJs. And
Yeah.
a lot of like what we do here translates into like how we present, how we MC, how we deliver out there. So it's definitely so cool.
Absolutely.
I love
So
seeing people's practice places, like, you know, when they're going live, just to see like where they vibe out, what makes them vibe, the lighting they have, you know, the kind of furniture they got. Like it's
I
so
love it.
cool. It's so cool.
It's like a little eyeglass into someone's, someone's personal space, which I think is really awesome as well. Let's see here. Comments on just where people are from. 82 degrees. Yay.
Oh my God, we're getting snow tonight. Hold on. Hey Siri, are we getting snow tonight?
I think we'll get some snow tonight to tomorrow.
This is
It's
so
been
depressing.
snowing here too. It snowed yesterday and the day before, and it's
this is terrible. I'm so over it. Like, please just stop. I don't know how Ben does it.
I wish we could be quarantined when it's 80 degrees outside and we can lay in the yard and at least get a tan. I mean, so I guess we're at our 30-minute mark right now. I have been ending every Katie cast with one question. My son asked it last week, and I figured I would just bring it in. I'm going to see if he has any other questions for next week that I can end it with. But who would win a fight, a robot or a dinosaur?
When I picture robot, I picture like Transformers. Like that's just what's in my brain. So I'm going with robot. Like I picture like Iron Man Transformer. That's what I'm going with.
Perfect. I love it. If you guys have any other questions, we will be monitoring them after this live webcast. So leave them in the comments and don't forget to tune in next week. I have a whole nother great lineup Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Central. So I will talk to you all later. And thank you, Rachel, for joining.
Thank you so much for your support, everyone. Again, stay safe, stay well, stay positive. This is going to come to an end eventually. If anybody just wants to chat or reach out, my email is djrachel@me.com, or you can hit me on Facebook, Instagram, all there. All right.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Rachel. I'll see all of you guys later.
Bye.